Hey everybody, Pollyanna Brown, the Biz Fairy Godmother here, copy, messaging, and PR strategist. And I've got my amazing business partner, Susan Kate, with me, who is also a business coach, and systems strategist. I almost got through the whole thing without fumbling it. Not going to happen. That's all right.
It's part of your time. And then I go into the dark when I start laughing.
So today we are bringing something really awesome to you guys, which is the number one secret behind the new profitable online business model. And so before we dive into that one thing, we really want to talk to you guys about the old business model and why it's not working and why it's been causing you guys to really struggle and be frustrated. And so whether you're just starting out trying to use some of these tactics and it's like, why is it not working? Or maybe you've even been really successful with it in the past, and then these past 6 months especially have really thrown you for a loop, and you're looking for new ways to market your business and really find a new business model that actually works. So if that's you, you are totally in the right place. Sue, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
Nope.
Awesome.
Well. Do you want me to explain kind of what the old business model looks like?
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, guys. So when we say the old business model, we literally mean the old online business model that people have been kind of working with the last couple of years. And it is complicated. Okay, there's a lot of pieces. It's very, very, very content heavy. Okay, which a lot of people don't have time for. And it's really confusing for a lot of people. And we all know that when you're confused, you slow down. Like confused mind just stops itself. And it also puts cash later on in the business model. Like you have to do all of these things have to happen. You have to set up your brand. You have to set up your website. You have to know your people perfectly. You have to, I know I just went dark, right?
There you go.
You have to have your offer. Your offer has to be fully built. You have to have, a full blog. I'm trying to think of all the ridiculous things that people are told that they need in order to succeed online, right? And the truth is, guys, it's not true. It's a very brick and mortars type of approach, which is basically set everything up first and then open up your doors. Now, the problem with that is that it did work. It did work for a while. But the landscape is becoming, I know I'm dark again. I'm just going to wiggle.
That's pretty much every time you wiggle, it's like, okay, I'm coming back.
Sorry, guys, I'm in a new place and we're like packing up in case we have to flee from the hurricane. So we're a little bit thrown together. But it's just simply not true. And it holds a lot of brilliant people back who I really look at them and I'm like, God, you have so much to offer people. Why is this not out there? That's why. The voice from the dark. You know how like the FBI when they're interviewing people that they don't want in their face? That's what I look like right now. This is it's fine. I'm just going to leave it. There's so many people out there that have so much brilliance to offer, right? And I look at them and I look at their business and I'm like, why the hell is this not in front of people right now? There are people literally praying for you right now. They're praying for this solution. Why is this not out there? Oh, well, my website's not built. Oh, well, my brand, I haven't decided on my brand. Seriously, guys, excuse my language, but fuck your brand right now, okay? You need to get this solution in front of people who have a problem. That is the difference between the old business model and the new business model, okay? It's a much simpler approach, okay? And it's not sleazy. It's not scammy. It is solid. It is a solid business approach. And it just flips from complicated to simple, and it flips the sequence of where you put profit. Because let's face it, guys, the old online business model has people doing everything, has people doing things that they really have no business doing. So what we see are brand new people losing weeks trying to build a funnel. Stop. It's not necessary. What you need to do, okay, until you are hitting your goals consistently, okay, and you're ready to scale, what you need to do is put making money as the focus of your business and really paring down what you're doing every day to only what is essential to getting your solution in front of people's problems, okay? Like my mentor, Amanda, always says, there are just two things in business that you need to do: create an offer and run traffic past it. And those are two of the steps in the new online business model. There are other steps, right? But it goes like this. It goes research. Do your research, your target market research. Okay, this is where you should be spending the bulk of your time, guys. And then put together an offer based on that research. Okay, and then run it past traffic. Now, there's one more thing in there. When you're doing your research, you should also begin to build a referral system. Even if you don't know what you're going to offer, begin to build a referral system. And if you don't have an offer yet, how you build a referral system is you approach people about the project that you are working on. And all you're doing is you're getting permission to recontact them when you have all of the details. You can begin literally setting up the sale for your business before you even know what you want to sell. That is the beauty of an online business. You can, as you're pulling all of this information that you need for your business and for what you want to offer from your people, guys, you could be setting up the sale. Okay, it is that simple. Do you have anything that you want to add? Because you have that poly face that's like, ooh, let me talk.
You know me, I will totally wait until it's my turn, which is middle child stuff.
Don't interrupt me. Those are the best conversations when people are just like so excited to talk. They're just interrupting each other.
The thing that I really love about the new online business model that was really different is putting your people first, you know, and genuinely putting them first. So in target market research, in the old business model, you were told to do tons of surveys, right? And you weren't told really how to do them very well most of the time. And you were told to get different opinions from lots of different people. And when it comes to getting cash flow into your business and actually serving your people, one, you have to know who they are. Two, you have to know what their genuine problem is, and you have to know how to ask the right questions to get the legitimate answers. Because one of the things that was really common is people asking questions the wrong way. And so they were getting all of the wrong answers and wondering why their offers aren't selling. And
like leading them, maybe?
Yes. Yes.
Leading right into the answer that so that they think that they have to give you what you're looking for.
Exactly.
You want to give an example of that? Because people don't understand. People do not understand. Guys, first of all, before we even go into this, target market research is what your entire business, I'm just going to wiggle until I become what your entire business is built on. Okay? It is everything. And what we find is that people spend more time researching a restaurant that they want to go eat at than they do researching the people that they want to serve. Okay? That you are going to build your offers directly on what your people tell you that their problems are. Do not assume that they are an earlier version of you. Even if they are, do not assume that you remember what it's like to be in their shoes. That is one small part of target market research, okay? Like another one of my mentors taught me, Callan Rush, she said, do not build your business based on your preference, okay? So that's a huge blind spot. Do not build an entire business based on your experience. You have to find out how other people are experiencing the same problem that you had, what they tried. You have to really dig into that. But so don't assume that they're an earlier version of you, and don't assume that you know what they want. Okay, this was a really big eye opener for me. But go ahead.
Absolutely. So leading questions are whenever you are phrasing a question in a way that tells your person who's listening the type of response you're expecting. So if I was talking to Sue, for example, and I said, what really frustrates you about your business, right? I'm going to get her immediately into frustration, and she's going to think, what frustrates me about my business? Instead of actually asking the question, you know, something like, where do you need support right now? Where do you feel like you need a little bit of help? You know?
Experience been like so far?
Exactly. What thoughts run through your head all day? You know, what are you thinking throughout the day? Those are all questions that are super open-ended that people can bring things to you, and then you can dig deeper. But the problem is when you're leading them to the specific answer that you want, you're going to get things that don't convert. And the whole point of target market research is to create offers, copy, and messaging that freaking converts. So
your copy and your messaging, a large part of it is going to come from the words your target market research peeps reveal to you.
Absolutely.
You're literally directly pull it. So, and it makes your copy experience easier because you have their words. And what happens is they read your stuff and they go, oh my God, that's me. And oh my God, I was just thinking about that at 3 o'clock in the morning last night. And here's something funny. It may not be what you think it is. Okay, so I'll give an example. Huge example, right? I assumed that my ideal clients were earlier versions of me too. Okay, and so when I did my first VIP day, there were huge holes in it that I had just assumed things. Oh, they've got to know this already. They've definitely got to know this already. No, I'm not going to put that to the package. And what blew my mind was it was the simplest things that I hadn't thought of that they needed the most. Okay, so for example, I did this segment one time on, I would just tell my people how to Google color code your calendar. Go create a calendar and a schedule. I'm really big on scheduling and systemizing. Go do that and color code it. And I would literally just tell them that. And they'd be like, okay. And nobody would bring anything up to me. And then one lady said to me, well, can we use this session and you show me how to color code my calendar? And I spent about an hour going through and teaching it to her. Now, nobody had ever brought up that it was an issue, right? I just thought they were resisting it when they didn't do it. They were like, no, I didn't get to it. Well, I went through it and I did her Google Calendar with her, and I found hours in every single day that she was missing, that we just by shifting stuff around and separating her personal from her business, hours in her day that she could then go spend with her family and still build her business. And she said to me, this was actually one of the most life-changing hours of my life. And it was the first clue. She's from New Zealand. She's actually a friend now. It was the first clue that this was big. So I actually went back and I asked all my previous clients, hey, when I told you to Google color code your calendar, why didn't you do it? And they were like, I sort of hate to admit that I didn't know what you were talking about. So I went back and I did sessions with all of them. And it was the same experience over and over and over again. Now, I had learned somewhere to Google color code my calendar, and right, it's a high performance trick. I had made a grand assumption that they were an earlier version of me and already knew how to do this. And yet it's one of the things that it was holding so many of them back. And when we worked it out and when we set it up for all of them, I saw massive momentum in their business, right? But that was an assumption. Now, had I known to ask questions in target market research the right way, this probably would have been revealed to me, right? I would have found out, but I made a grand assumption that they were just mini versions of me, and that's completely egotistical. And yet I see people doing it all the time. So just be careful about that with target market research.
It's a very common thing. Very.
And then when your course isn't selling, then we have to go back and say, like, okay, what did your target market research say?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't talk to them. Why didn't you talk to them? Because I already know what they want. They're my ideal client's an earlier version of me. No, guys, they're not. They may have a little bit of you, right? And you may understand a little bit of them, but to assume that another human is an earlier version of you is a really big mistake in your business.
Absolutely. And with that, I want to throw in there, not only is the target market research done the right way so vital, but in the old business model, what really happened is not only did you only do surveys, so you're not actually talking to your people, let alone learning how to ask them the right questions. You're getting input from a coach about what program you should build for your people that you haven't talked to and haven't worked with yet. And so what happened is in the old business model, it was a lot of responsibility put on a bunch of people that were not your ideal client.
Maybe your target market,
But,
maybe.
Yeah.
Not your ideal client.
Exactly. And it really revolved around approval from people who had more experience in business or might have had experience with your target market or ideal client, but also did not have the target market research insights. And so it's really difficult to actually build something that sells long term if you want to sell it long term, if you don't have that. So here's another big point between the two business models. The old business model really focused on you get things in place and then they're done, right?
Yeah.
Like that's it. And the new business model treats it like an experiment. Let's try this out. Let's see how it goes. If I love it and they love it, awesome. That's great. And if not, then you can rework and you're not losing time. You're not losing money. You're not losing the things that are precious to you because it's set up for success and cash flow from the start. And it's set up to be flexible so that you are not marrying every piece of your business from the very start, which is absolutely vital. So
put another way, basically what she's saying is that the new business model allows you to get paid while you test things.
Mm-hmm. And allows you to change your mind.
To see if what you're doing is what you want to keep doing.
Yes.
Because I see this a lot. I see a lot of people building a business that they think they should have, or they think they could have, but not what they want. And then they've spent so much money and so much time and so much energy into building this business for 6 months to a year that they don't have the heart to start over if they even have the funds. And we see a lot of people give up at this point. This could have been very simply by selling a strong solution to a problem that your ideal client told you that they wanted, running people through it and testing out if this is something that you want to commit to long term.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Pivoting into what is it that you want to do long term, or tweaking it or refining it, right? And because it's a simplified business model, because it doesn't rely on a website or a list or sales pages or any of that, it's really easy to get it. I shouldn't say easy because some people don't find it easy. It's really simple. Get it up and running and into profit mode for you to test and really examine and refine as needed.
Absolutely. And let's give them an example of how simple it really is, because this is one of the things that we're teaching in the Inner Circle program, the Cash Infusion Inner Circle. And there were 2 people this week that within the first 2 weeks of the program, one person made over $4,000 and another person had a $3,400 day, and both of them are still making sales and still having things coming in. And that's within 2 weeks from startup because they were willing to be open to the new business model and they weren't getting stuck in the old one, right? And that is so powerful because you can pivot to cash flow quickly using this. It's not something that's belabored unless you want it to be.
And let me clear something up too. It's not about throwing shit together.
No.
And throwing together some weak program just to make money. That's why the target market research is so important. This is all about a strong solution with the focus on the solution and not the structure.
Yeah.
Right? I always say to people, like, if you have starving people, right, who want your stuff and you have food, starving people, the old business model focuses on the plate. And the presentation, all of it has to be perfect before you serve the food. When in reality, guys, starving people don't give a shit about the plate.
No.
All they're looking at is the food. Okay? So focus on giving the people a solution to their problem and then serving them in the highest manner. And then really examining, is this where you want to stay, or do you want to pivot? Do you want to refine? Do you want to, I'm going to dance a little bit. Do you want to refine? Do you want to reapproach? Like, what do you want to tweak? But you do so with cash in your pocket, okay? And honor in your heart that you have definitely provided a solution to someone's problem. This is a very, very honorable sequence. It's a very honorable way to approach business because you are really, really digging into your people. What do they need? Okay, cool. Let me give it.
Absolutely. It's about putting yourself aside and knowing what you want to bring before, so you know who to talk to, and then talking to those people so you can deliver it in the way that they need it. So for example, if you think you need to put together a group course to solve your people's problems, and then they tell you, I really need one-on-one attention, I really need that help.
I see this happen a lot.
Happens all the time, right? Then it allows you to pivot to actually make those sales and deliver that in the way that they need it, right? And the way that they need it now, not in 6 months, not down the road, right now. And the beautiful part of that is you go into it with a plan for long term. So it doesn't, you don't do this over and over and over. You do it when necessary, when appropriate, so that you can build out those funnels. You can build out those later automation systems for the passive income that you're really looking to achieve. But going from nothing, or going from very limited or old business model, if that's what you've been working in, to automation, it's really, really difficult. And not only is it difficult, it wastes time, it wastes money, and it's a whole lot of stress that you don't need, because you can build in the new business model, which is all based on actually serving your people in a really high manner and in a way that is good and feels integrity filled for you. So that's really the point. It's quick, it's efficient, and it's got the long-term vision to actually build and scale versus, just trying to get it all done before you run out of money. And hopefully it works out, because that's a really good way to fall out of love with your business and out of love with your people and end up back in a job.
Oh yeah. I see this a lot too.
And that's so fun.
Just a quick recap, the old business model is really complicated, confusing, and puts cash down the line. That's not where, okay? The new business model puts cash up front, focuses on a solution to a problem, and leaves you in complete integrity while still allowing you to make profit, right? I mean, this business model has been used to make people six figures, multiple six figures, very, very, very fast. Like you come out of the starting gate, right? And this allows you to really, really have the funds to then go into the more complicated aspects of your business.
Yes, without stressing.
Yeah.
And that's the key, without stressing yourself.
Right.
So
do you want to add to that, my love?
I am really good. I would love to tell them about what we have going on. What do you think?
Okay. Your anniversary special.
It is. So you guys,
anniversary from Polly to just a few people.
Absolutely. So you guys, if you guys have been with us for a while now, you probably know my background. But for those of you who are new, 3 years ago, I left a very abusive, very toxic situation. I had nothing. I had 2 suitcases predominantly filled with books, and I had literally a pair of jeans and a couple shirts.
I travel with her. I just want to tell you, when she said she had suitcases filled with books, she's not kidding. She rocked California for just a few days with me. And this chick, I was like, when in the hell do you think you're going to be reading those books? We're not talking like books like this. We're talking like Polly showed up with like, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? He's not kidding.
Reading is one of those things that for me, it's like huge in my life. And so I went from literally having nothing to building a successful business, and now a second successful business with Sue that has allowed me a lot of freedom. I have an amazing marriage now, and we have a beautiful home in an amazing neighborhood. And I would not have been able to accomplish any of this had I stayed in the situation that I was in. And so I know that there are so many of you out there who are like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I feel lost and I feel afraid and I need some help. And so
there's a lot of you out there that I know have invested in coaches and programs and gotten yourself in situations that did not work out. That's what we're hearing a lot of now. Polly wanted to put together something for a few of you ladies.
Absolutely. So that's why we went ahead and put together the anniversary offer for you guys for the Inner Circle, or the Cash Infusion Inner Circle. I always get it mixed up because we always call it the Inner Circle. And the Inner Circle is the program where you dive in and learn the new business model, and you've got our support throughout it. Sue is going to teach you everything about front-end monetization and making money in your business and getting that cash flow in, making sales. And I am there to teach you all of the messaging, how to pull that copy together, how to feel confident, especially whenever you're conducting any posts online, any live streams online, videos, all that kind of stuff, as well as we have 2 guaranteed publicity features that are going live with this program when you buy. So the anniversary special is actually $500 off of enrollment. Normally, the program is $14.99, and you can get it right now for $9.99. And the beautiful thing about that is there's only a handful of seats, and we've already had one person take one. So if you want in on this and you really want to take your business to the next level, we wanted to make it easy for you. We are super active inside of the program, and the community is amazing. The way that they reach out and support each other, I cried at least twice this week.
It's mind blowing. And guys, the program is a mix of group work, but it also has a private coaching aspect to it. There are several sessions. There are several private sessions. There's a 90-minute session included. There's a lot with this. That even sounds like remotely something that you'd be interested in. Go ahead and click that link, and all of the details will be listed on that page. This is not fake urgency. We literally only have a few of these left. Okay, and the price from $14.95 is going to go up soon to $19.99. So this is a one-time thing in honor of Polly. She wants to help out a few ladies who might be in a situation that she found herself in. Anybody stuck, just go ahead and click that link and see if it's for you.
Absolutely. And if you guys have any questions, post them below in the comments. We always come back to check them out. We would love to invite you into the program. The Inner Circle is just, it's amazing. It blows my mind on the regular. So we would love to invite you into this amazing community and give you the opportunity to have the business that you really desire. So
it means profit first.
Absolutely. Heck yes. So
people not making money. They have so much to offer. I'm so sick of watching it.
I know.
So you have nothing to lose. Check out that link. And if you have any questions, ping us, connect with us, click the follow button. If you have anything that you need answered, go ahead and send it to us, and we'll probably do a live on it.
Absolutely. We're here for you guys. So you let us know what you need.
Absolutely. On that note, I guess we'll go, and we will see them tomorrow.
Sounds good. See ya, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.